Welcome to Real Estate 101 with Bob and Beth. I'm Bob Moore from Costello Realty in Franklin, Mass.
And I'm Beth Fager-Whitman from RMS Mortgage in Hopkinton, Mass.
And today we're going to talk about listing your home.
And actually we're going to talk about how the pricing process happens and the first steps of listing. So Bob, what do you think most sellers have in common when they come to you? What is their goal?
Well, most sellers want to sell the property in the shortest time with the least inconvenience and for the best price.
So what's the first question you always get asked?
Well, when we go on a listing appointment, the first question, no doubt about it, is how much is the house worth? What do you think we can get for it?
And how do you determine that these days?
Well, Beth, it's not an exact science. And what we do is we're going to compare your property to similar properties with the same amenities, the same number of bedrooms, same number of baths, same square footage, whether it's a colonial or a ranch. We want to compare apples to apples there. And for this, we're going to look at the MLS, the multiple listing services there. We're going to look at properties that are just listed, that are on the market now. We're going to look at properties that have sold, and we're also going to look at properties that have been on the market and they're called canceled and expired.
You look at canceled and expired. Why would you look at those?
Well, Beth, what happens is when a property comes on and it's priced too high, it's going to sit there. And the canceled and expireds probably have been priced too high. They've been on the market for 6-8 months, and the homeowner gets disgusted. He takes it off the market there. And the reason we're looking at them is I like to refer to them as a market reject. When we price your home, we don't want to price it in market reject territory.
So sometimes maybe somebody's just testing the water to see if they can get a really high price for their house.
Well, a lot of people do that, and we've had some sellers, I should say, tell us that they need to net so much from the sale of the home. They want to pay off their second mortgage, their car payment, their credit cards, and everything else. And we very nicely try and tell them what you need to net has nothing to do with what a buyer will pay. Let me say that again. What you need to net has nothing to do with what a buyer is going to pay for your property. Buyers are very well educated today. They're going to shop around. They're going to get the best buy for their money.
So you kind of touched on it a little bit, but the consequence of listing their house too high is what?
It's going to sell the competition. You want to listen to your realtor. You want to price it right from the beginning. You have this pool of buyers out there, and as soon as your property comes on the market, probably within the first 2 weeks, this is where you're going to get the most action. And if it's priced too high, they're going to come on, look at it, move on to another property.
So that sweet spot of that 2 weeks, right, when they list it, they can miss it by just pricing it too high.
Absolutely.
All right. So what's the first steps once you've agreed upon a price with the seller and you've listed the house, I should say. What's that next step?
Well, the next step is, we're going to put the sign in the yard, the lockbox on the door. What I like to do is send out just listed postcards. We'll probably send out 100 of these to the neighbors so everybody knows the property is listed there. Next, we're going to have a broker's open house. This is where all the real estate brokers go on tour. They're going to come in, they're going to look at your property, and they're going to give us their professional opinion there. And we always ask them, do you think we're priced right? Are we too high? Are we too low? Is there any improvements that you think needs to be done? And we want to get the professional opinion on this. Next, we're going to send out postcards for the open house for the public. Usually a week or two after we have the property listed, we're going to have the public open house so potential buyers can come by and look at your property there. The nosy neighbors can come by and also take a look at it.
What do you find you get as far as feedback from, say, the public open house, and is that valuable?
Well, we get a lot more professional opinion from the realtors that come in with the broker's open house. A lot of times the public comes in, you're going to have your neighbors there, and they're not really interested in buying. And, some people, you have to compare apples and apples. If people are saying, yeah, the house is priced too high, and, what are you basing that on? Granted, 2 years ago, yes, it probably was priced too high for 2 years ago. But the market has changed. We're in an upswing now. We're competing with the competition.
All right, so they might be more valuable on things that are maybe a turn off or things that are really great about the house that you could tell the seller about, all right, which would be great. So what actually is the next thing on the realtor side, once you get that all set and it's listed, but it hasn't been sold in a month, or under agreement, what would you do next?
Well, usually after 1 month, we're gonna meet with the homeowner, and we're gonna bring him back the report. And we might have to adjust our strategy. What we're gonna bring him back is, at the broker's open house, what did the brokers say, the professional realtors, that needs to be done? We're also gonna bring back any feedback we have. Anytime the property is listed, is shown, for the potential buyer, we always ask their agent to give us feedback. What did your buyer think? Was it priced too high? Were there other problems there? And, sometimes you get the foolish thing back, that, the green and pink bedroom upstairs need to be painted, or things like that needs to be done there.
So things that make it more neutral and more appealing to more people,
Right,
or
that's
things that are
correct.
turn off. So I think we've kind of covered how the pricing in a minuscule way. It's, how you come up with a price and what the first steps of listing are. But Bob, if someone wants more details, can they reach you?
Well, I'm at Costello Realty in Franklin, Mass., and I work with my partner Shelley Armstrong on the Armstrong team. You can reach us by phone. The number of Costello is 508-528-0083. Ask for Bob or Shelley, or you can look on our website, thearmstrongteam.net.
All right, and if you need to reach me, Beth Vega Whitman, at RMS Mortgage, you can look it up at RMS Mortgage on the web, and look up for the Hopkinton office where I'm the branch manager. So I think we'd actually love to hear from any of you that have questions, and we are going to plan, what's our next video, Bob?
Well, the next one, we're going to talk about getting your home ready to list. Once we've come up with a price, we want to get the property cleaned up. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. So these are the things we want to go through, some of the little things, curb appeal and decluttering there. Just the inside tips on getting your home ready. So be sure to watch us.
All right, excellent. So we'll look forward to seeing you next time. But before we go, we just wanted to let you know that we also support.
We're a proud supporter of the Thanks for Yanks and the Wounded Warrior Project. Thanks again for watching.
Thanks. See you next time.